end.
We'll go at the end. Yeah. All right. Hi, Facebook.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us today. It is another episode of, I know it's your favorite, Let Your Story Drive You. And today I am here with Brittney. Brittney Reed. She is known as Broke Girl, actually, and you can see her tagged. But I'm really excited that she's here with me today. She's an MMA grad. She's doing amazing things in the industry, and we've got lots of good things to share with you today. So hopefully you leave inspired and, you know, all that good stuff. But thank you so much for being here, Brittney.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yay. And there's a little friend that we have too. He's going to be here the whole month of October, so you'll be seeing him. We need to name him or something.
I said I should have put it in my hair.
Yes.
It's my aesthetic.
That's so true. Brittney's like October all year round, okay?
October
so
always.
This was actually perfect for you to come on during this time.
Thank you, yeah.
Okay, great. Well, we're going to chat a little bit about your story today. So I was really hoping you could just start out by telling our audience, love your hair, Britt, Jen says.
Oh, thank you, Jen.
I said the same thing. She looks adorable.
Thank you.
But I was hoping you could tell everyone, like, where you were pre-MMA, what were you doing, and what led you here?
Sure. So I'm from Grand Rapids. I moved into the Ann Arbor area, so a little bit closer to here, like 4 years ago. When I was in Grand Rapids, I was going to school for music merchandising, actually. So,
I don't think I knew.
yeah, I don't think you did either. So, I've always been kind of in the arts world, but it started out in music. So I did musical theater and stuff like that, and that was kind of my path, was like learning the business side of it. Other than that, I worked a trillion years in customer service, which I still kind of do, and that goes with makeup as well, I guess.
True.
But yeah, so I started out in that side of the art world.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
It's so funny. I mean, when you're an artist, you're usually having your hands dabbling in lots of different things.
Oh, yeah.
So that totally makes sense to me.
Definitely.
And you're still a music buff, right?
Yeah. Music is definitely still my life, and I think it influenced a lot of like my style, both like in general and as an artist, and like the things that I like doing too. So
that's
someone
cool.
hire me for your music video.
That's right. Here's your girl. Music and makeup.
Yeah.
Those two are great together. That's very cool. So when you actually decided to, like, I guess, push away from the music side of things, what was it that was the turning point or the driving force to make you want to become a makeup artist?
So I think I always liked, I think from doing like musicals, I was very interested in all of it. So it was like not just the singing, but like the costumes and the makeup and like how it comes together as a character. So I just kind of in my free time as like a geek was doing character makeups, honestly just for the fun of it. Like I like comics and fantasy and things like that, so I would do like closet cosplay. So like basically, if you're not familiar with that, it's just like I own way too many weird things, so it's really easy for me to put characters together with like my closet. And then I would do makeup, just like effects makeup almost, but just with beauty stuff, you know, like in the beginning.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so I was doing that, and I started sharing it online and was actually getting like really good feedback, and people were like, this is so cool, like you should be blogging about this or something. And I was like, oh, maybe I am like really good at this, not just like passionate, or you know. And so I actually started it wasn't Broke Girl at first, but it transitioned into that. Like on Tumblr, I started blogging about my makeup journey.
I love it.
And that's kind of how it happened, and then I started looking into classes, so yeah.
That's so cool. I love it, the closet cosplay.
Which
so
I still do.
You gotta still play a little, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for those of you that are, hey Morgan, thanks for joining. For those of you that are closet cosplayers, you can emerge into this artist that still does that and like a ton of other things. But I think that's so cool. And it's kind of like just inspirational, I feel like, because you watched yourself go through like different phases.
Definitely.
To lead you to this point.
And it's weird because I can still go back because of the internet. So it's like all documented, you know. So it was like me exploring how to do character makeups and like the process of getting new products and like figuring out what I was passionate about and stuff. And it's like all there on Tumblr, so I can like actually go back and like watch my growth.
See your
which is really
timeline.
cool. Yeah,
that actually is cool. That's the crazy thing about social media is you can see, and other people can see like your progress over the years. Deborah said, all you need to do is take the first step. That's true. Yeah, absolutely. Taking those first steps. And I think it's great too when you emerge into this industry and you come with such a background of like just being immersed in your passion. That's one thing I really have appreciated about you is you've always been like immersed and really love it, you know? So I think that's great. Yeah. That's very cool. Okay, and thank you guys for all your comments and for joining. Kyra says, you're so pretty.
Oh, thank you.
You get all the love today.
You guys, you're pretty too.
Even though we can't see
Hi,
you.
Devon.
Devon says hi. Yay. So my next question for you, Britt, is what is it that really inspires you? Like, where do you get your inspiration for your characters or, you know, whatever it is that you're creating?
Honestly, just from, like, growing up in a household that was, like, super geeky, and I was, like, fully immersed into, like, sci-fi and fantasy growing up. It's really funny because I feel like everyone that I met in my effects class with Christina was, like, super horror buffs, and, like, I've gotten into it so much more now, like, in my adult life, but, like, I wasn't sheltered, but, like, we didn't watch, like, a ton of horror, but, like, sci-fi was, like, my dad's jam. So I grew up on, like...
My dad, too.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, so you know, I grew up on, like, Star Trek, X-Files, all of that, and so I've always been fascinated. You know, that's why I'm always looking like an alien or, like, a mermaid or something, right?
I love it. Channeling your inner alien.
But honestly, just, like, growing up with that and being, like... what's the word? Supported and like being a creative kid or whatever, like those things are really what like inspire me to like do what I do with makeup, I guess.
That's so cool. Yeah, my dad was a total X-Files fan. Yeah. I mean, we would be on the edge of our seat.
Yeah, right. Like that was my scary. Like I didn't get into horror, but like that was my thing. So,
yeah, me too. I've never been into scary movies, but I love like anything alien. Yeah, and it was like, oh my gosh, do we see a UFO? Like, it was awesome. So.
Yeah, my family will tell you some UFO stories.
That's a cool commonality. That's great. And feeling the support to be that free person, you know, like, and be geeked out is kind of cool. Yeah. Well, I'm geeked to be here. This has been fun. Okay, so a really important question, though, that I want to ask you is, you know, what is it that during your time, obviously education was important to you, even when you were doing music, what did you learn while you were at MMA that you feel like was just maybe not the most valuable, but most impactful, or, you know, something that changed the game for you?
Yeah. This is a hard one because there's like so many things. I genuinely loved my experience here and like being able to learn the techniques that I did. And it's kind of like two parts. One, I've heard people say before, but like stressing the importance of sanitation is like huge, and I love that so much. Like I am an organization geek. I am kind of a clean freak by heart. So great. Me and Christina were like this on that, but like I just really appreciated that, and I feel like a lot of artists who might be self-taught, and that's no shade or anything, but like that's not something they might get on their own, and that's so important, like working on other people. So that was the big one. Huge. And the other part, I guess, is like, I don't know what to call this, but like the process of being able to go through everything from creating a character to like doing the molds, and then the pre-paint and the self-application. So like what I learned in intermediate or advanced effects, like that was really huge for me, because I feel like I don't have like a huge art background. Like sculpting, the first time I did it, messing around with clay was here. I don't have like a paint background or anything like that. And you know, there's like a lot of science and like hardcore technique and effects.
True.
So it was like a lot of firsts for me, and like having it mainly be women in the class and like a woman instructor was a really big deal to me, because effects.
Woman power.
Yeah. Well, because effects and actually the makeup artistry in general are so male dominated. But especially in effects, I think because it is the more hardcore stuff and a lot of that science and stuff, it was really cool to be able to do that and be like, wow, I like accomplished that, and I can go through the process of actually creating a unique character and making it come to life.
That's cool.
It really felt great.
Yeah. Well, it makes me want to do effects listening to you. I've never had any interest in effects, but hearing, like, you almost just told a story of how you were able to just create your own characters and what that meant. And
my angsty boar babe. It was like
that was cool.
A weird wereboar character, and so it had horns and all sorts of crazy stuff, and I got to do that and like apply it to myself, which is really hard.
Yes.
and it was really cool to see it come to life.
Yeah, if you want to see it, actually, we have it posted on our Instagram, so scroll on the feed and you can find, what was it? It was angst
I called her Angsty Boar Babe.
Angsty Boar Babe.
She was like a punk rocker looking
she was cool.
wereboar.
Didn't she have like pigtails or something?
Yeah. I made ears too, so it was really cool.
That was neat.
But yeah, so like a werewolf but a boar. So, like if you were familiar with Animorphs in the 90s,
Oh,
it's kind of like that.
That
So,
was cool.
Yeah.
I see the inspiration.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I see, our female students getting dirty in effects. I mean, like, getting their feet on molds to break them open and all that.
Yeah.
What did Christina say? Oh, Angsty Boar Babe for the win. That's good when you get a thumbs up from your instructor, right?
Thank you.
So there are probably some people watching, and we have people watching every week that are interested in doing this and really are looking for like the inspiration, or sometimes you need the push. What piece of information would you give to a new or aspiring artist that you think would really be helpful to them?
I guess I would say to not be overly critical of yourself and your work, and to have patience and know that
Hard word.
Yeah, I know. And this is coming from someone who literally is a very anxious person, diagnosed. I'm okay with it. But
I love that.
It's really hard to not be a perfectionist, especially in this field. And I found that especially in effects, but in all makeup, I think sometimes you have to completely scrap what you started and start over again. And that's okay. It really is a part of the process. And sometimes you'll do something and you look at it and you wait 2 days and you make it 10 times better. So you really have to just be okay with the process, I guess, is how to generalize that advice.
I love that. Yeah, because and it kind of goes along with what you said was the greatest thing you learned here. Learning that process, you've learned it, you know it, you've got the goods, but be okay with your process because you're developing yourself as an artist. Yeah. And sometimes you do have to scrap it.
Yeah, and that's honestly what makes me so excited about the makeup industry too, is we're continuously learning. It's just so awesome that I can go to workshops and classes all the time, and we're continuously growing.
Always.
There's nothing boring about it. So,
right.
Yeah, you gotta embrace the education and the process for sure.
I think that's good. We should. I get some really good phrases from these. Let your story drive you. So I like. What did you say? You said scrap. Oh my gosh! I just lost it.
We can go back.
All right, we'll be rewinding this video so I can figure out what I want the shirt to say. Oh, scrap it and start over. Yeah, I like that. And don't be afraid to do it. So that was great advice. I think that's really good. And speaks to your success, because being able, and thank you for just being vulnerable and open to say, listen, I get it. I dealt with my,
I struggle
for perfection, and we all have that.
Yeah.
So being able to just overcome it and admit it and move on and create some really great things is awesome.
You got this.
You got this. So there's some really exciting things in the works for Brittney, and she can't share it all, but we were chatting a little bit about what she's doing. If you want to share a little something about what the future holds or what you're doing now, that'd be great.
Yeah, so I've been working with TK2 Films. That's a local as in Ann Arbor, Ypsilanti, small indie production company, and we're working on some really cool sci-fi things, of course.
Of course.
But there's a really cool project in the works called Electron Blade, cool. And it's the universe is huge, and I don't even know how to explain it. It's super awesome, though. You can look it up on Facebook and YouTube and see really cool teasers.
Nice. I know, I saw it. It was actually great.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, really good.
The whole team is really awesome. And so it's in post right now. We're working on a mini-series to go up on YouTube to kind of promote it some more and get funding and things like that. So you can definitely check out TK2 Films on YouTube. And I have some secret Halloween things coming up, some cool events that I'm really excited about. So you can stay tuned on my social media. I post all the time. So.
Yeah, and we tagged her, so make sure you follow Brittney, because you can continue to watch her evolution. Everybody's saying congrats, you're getting lots of claps, and we're really excited for you.
Thank you.
And proud of your success. I mean, you're doing awesome things. So thank you so much for being with me.
Yeah, of course.
It was fun. We were doing a little pregame.
Yeah, we were doing some dancing.
Pregame Facebook Live dancing. So we promised we would show you a little something. I can't dance. Oh, what were we talking about? Like the shoulder?
Oh yeah, because Selena Gomez was on and I was doing some shoulder moves and I was saying like I have an hour drive to MMA, so you know, like when you're in the car, like shoulders really all you got, shoulders and arms. So you know, just practice your shoulder moves is all.
So Brittney will promise maybe to post some of her best shoulder moves from her, you know, drives to MMA as a student.
My Instagram story, yeah.
So stay tuned for lots of good shoulder moves. Yeah. But thank you all for joining today. It's been really fun. Thank you again, Brittney. We love you. We're proud of you. And can't wait to see your continued success. So much love to you. But we'll see you all soon for Facebook Live tomorrow, actually. We've got some good stuff in store. Jen and I will be doing something crazy, so you have to watch. And then we'll see you Thursday for another cool Jen and Amy combo, so make sure you check out that too. But in the meantime, oh wait, I just got news. Sorry, screams from the back. It will be Christina and Amy this Thursday, so you definitely don't want to miss that, because those two are like night and day. So anyways, I'm sure it'll be good. But we'll see you guys soon. Thank you for joining. Hi, Kathleen, and bye for now.